The air in Morten Ultra stank like generational hate compressed in a breath. A prison city of 100,000 souls, all male, all damned, crammed into a cavernous hall so vast its ceiling was lost in shadow. No sky, no stars. There were no rules here, only the law of the fist and the blade. I'd been a soldier once, a decorated one, before they branded me a traitor and threw me into this pit. That was years ago. Time blurs when every day is a fight to breathe. Factions ruled Morten Ultra. The skulls carved flesh for fun, the Iron Hands hoarded tech scraps, and the Dustborn preached some twisted gospel of salvation through pain. But one group towered above them all, the Dead Ripe, led by Moog. He wasn't human, not even close. A hulking alien with skin like molten obsidian, eyes glowing red, and claws that could rend steel. His faction was a terror machine and everyone feared him. Even me, though I'd never admit it. I kept my head down, scavenging scraps, dodging brawls. Survival was my only mission. That changed the day the light came. It pierced the gloom like a spear, a blinding shaft from the ceiling. Shouts echoed as every eye turned upward. A platform descended, hovering, and on it stood a figure that didn't belong. A woman. Young, fragile-looking, her pale skin glowing against the filth of Morten Ultra. Her hair was a tangle of gold, her eyes wide with something I couldn't place. Fear, maybe, or defiance. The city erupted. Factions scrambled, howling like beasts, all wanting to claim her. A woman in a city of men? She was a prize, a rarity, a spark to ignite chaos. Moog didn't hesitate. His Dead Ripes stormed the platform, cutting down anyone who got close. Blood sprayed, bodies fell, and soon she was his. He dragged her off, roaring his triumph. I watched from the shadows, my gut twisting. Something about her stuck with me. Those eyes, maybe. But I didn't move. Heroes die fast in Morten Ultra. Days passed. Word spread. Moog had taken her as his wife. Not out of love, Moog didn't know the word, but power. He paraded her like a trophy, chained and bruised. The city whispered about her suffering, about his cruelty. I tried to block it out. I'd seen worse. I'd done worse back in the war. But the whispers gnawed at me. Then came Zakram. It was night, or what passed for night in this endless hall, when he found me. I was crouched by a fire, gnawing on a stale protein bar, when a shadow loomed. A figure in a hooded cloak, face hidden, voice buzzing like a broken comms unit. "Odaga," it said. I froze, hand on my shiv. "I have a task for you." "Who the hell are you?" I growled. "Zakram. That's all you need to know. There's a way out of Morten Ultra. I can show you. But first, you save the woman." I laughed, bitter. "Moog's prize? You're insane. I'd be dead before I got within 10 feet. "Freedom," Zakram said, voice flat. "You succeed, you're out. Fail, and you're no worse off than now." Freedom. The word hit like a punch. I'd given up on it years ago, but the ache never left. "Why her?" I asked. "She doesn't belong here, neither do you. There's a door, Odaga, a way out. Get her to it and you're done." I didn't trust him. Trust was a death sentence here. But the offer burned in my chest. "Show me," I said. He led me through the city's underbelly, past rusted pipes and flickering lights. We reached a wall, a dead end, until he pressed a hidden panel. A tunnel opened, narrow and damp, stretching into darkness. At its end, a door, black, seamless, cold to the touch. Zakram pointed. "Bring her here, knock 3 times, that's all." "What's behind it?" I asked. "Escape," he said, and vanished into the shadows. I stood there, staring at that door, doubt clawing at me, but I'd made my choice. I'd get her out or die trying. Planning took days. Moog's lair was a fortress of scrap metal and bone, guarded by dead ripes day and night. I watched from afar, mapping their patrols, noting weaknesses. The woman, nameless, voiceless, was kept in a cage at the center, visible to all. A taunt. Moog wanted everyone to see what he owned. I needed a distraction. The skulls owed me a favor, saved their leader from an Iron Hand ambush once. I cashed it in. Start a fight, I told their boss, a scarred brute named Kren. Big one, near Moog's turf. Keep the dead ripes busy. Kren grinned, teeth filed to points. You're a dead man, Odaga, but I like chaos. Done. The next night it began. Shouts and metal clangs erupted as the skulls hit the dead ripes' outer defenses. I slipped through the madness, sticking to shadows. The lair's guards were thin, most drawn to the fight. I took out 2 with my shiv, quick and quiet, their bodies slumping into the muck. My heart pounded, old soldier instincts kicking in. I was alive again, for better or worse. Her cage was crude but solid, locked with a chain. She sat inside, knees drawn up, staring at nothing. Up close, she was even smaller than I'd thought, but those eyes, they burned into me. I'm getting you out, I whispered, working the lock with a scavenged tool. Don't scream. She didn't. She just nodded, silent, like she'd been waiting for me. The lock clicked open. I grabbed her wrist, thin, cold, and pulled her free. Move. We ran. The fight still raged, buying us time, but Moog's roar cut through the noise. He'd noticed. I cursed under my breath, dragging her toward the tunnel. Dead ripes were closing in, their alien snarls echoing. I shoved her ahead, turning to face them. 3 came at me, hulks of muscle and rage. I ducked a claw swipe, drove my shiv into one's throat, then rolled as another lunged. The third caught me, slamming me against the wall. Pain exploded in my ribs, but I twisted free, snapping its neck with a soldier's precision. They dropped, and I ran, blood dripping from my hands. She was waiting at the tunnel entrance, eyes wide but steady. Go, I barked. We plunged in, the darkness swallowing us. Moog's bellows faded, but I knew he'd follow. He'd tear Morten Ultra apart to get her back. The tunnel was a maze, damp and tight. I kept her ahead of me, guiding her by touch. Her breathing was ragged, but she didn't falter. Who are you? I asked once, voice low.
No one,
She said. First words I'd heard from her. They sounded like a lie. We reached the door, black, silent, ominous. I hesitated, Zakram's words echoing, knock 3 times. This is it, I told her. Our way out. She looked at me, then the door. Something unreadable in her gaze.
Do it.
She said. I knocked, once, twice, 3 times. The air shifted. A voice, deep, guttural, like a beast waking, rumbled from beyond. Give me the woman. My stomach dropped. I glanced at her, expecting fear. She was calm, too calm. What's behind there? I demanded.
Freedom
She said, echoing Zakram.
for one of us.
Moog's roars were closer now, shaking the tunnel. No time to think. I grabbed her arm, ready to pull her back, but she stepped forward toward the door. Wait, I started. The door swung open, a void of shadow beyond. Tendrils of darkness lashed out, seizing us both. I fought, thrashing, but they were stronger, dragging us in. The world twisted, and then light, blinding, searing. I hit the ground, gasping, in a chamber of smooth stone. She stood beside me, unshaken. Before us loomed Zakram, hood still up, voice buzzing. "You've done it, Odaga." "What the hell is this?" I snarled, staggering up. "You said freedom." "And you'll have it," he said. "But first, a choice, her freedom or yours." I stared. "What?" She spoke, voice steady.
I wasn't a prisoner, Odaga. I was bait, sent here to find someone worthy. You've proven it.
My head spun. Worthy of what? She smiled, faint and cold.
A sacrifice.
Before I could react, Zakram's hand shot out, a blade gleaming. It slashed my arm, not deep, but blood welled fast. She stepped forward, catching the drops in her palm. The air crackled, her skin glowed, brighter, brighter, until I couldn't look. Energy surged, electromagnetic waves pulsing, rattling my bones. She transformed, taller, radiant, a being of light and power. Dimba, they'd call her later. I didn't know it then. I stumbled back, clutching my arm. "What are you?"
The future.
She said, voice resonating. The chamber trembled as she turned, light pouring from her. Zakram bowed. "You've given her what she needed, Odaga, your mighty blood, your strength. Now she rules." "What is you special about my blood?" I croaked. She didn't answer. She strode past me, back through the door. I followed, dazed, into Morten Ultra. The tunnel spat us out near Moog's lair, and there he was, waiting. His dead ripes flanked him, a wall of snarling muscle, his red eyes locked on us. The city had gone still, every faction watching from the edges, sensing something seismic. "You!" Moog bellowed, voice shaking the hall. "She's mine!" He charged, claws outstretched, a juggernaut of rage. The dead ripes followed, weapons raised. Dimba didn't flinch. She raised a hand, and the air hummed. Light erupted from her palm, a beam of pure, searing energy. It struck Moog mid-stride, and he froze, screaming. His obsidian skin cracked, glowing fissures spreading like wildfire. The dead ripes faltered, shielding their eyes, but she didn't stop. The beam intensified, electromagnetic waves rippling outward, frying the air. Moog's roar turned to a gurgle as his body ignited from within, flesh melting, bones charring. He collapsed, a smoldering ruin, the stench of burned alien meat filling the hall. The dead ripes broke. Some ran, others dropped to their knees, whimpering. Dimba stepped forward, her light pulsing, casting long shadows across the city. "Kneel," she said, voice calm but iron hard. The command echoed, amplified by her power. One by one, the dead ripes obeyed, heads bowed. The skulls, iron hands dust-born. They all watched, silent, as her radiance filled the gloom. She turned to the crowd, her glow softening but no less commanding.
Morten Ultra is mine now. No more chaos, no more blood for nothing. Serve me, and you'll live. Defy me, and you'll burn like him.
She pointed at Moog's corpse, still smoking. A murmur rippled through the masses. Some cheered, others cowered, but none challenged her. The faction's leaders stepped forward, Kren among them, offering allegiance with bowed heads. She'd killed the untouchable Moog in seconds. Who could stand against that? I stood apart, arm throbbing, watching her ascend. She climbed Moog's throne, a jagged pile of metal and bone, and sat, light spilling from her like a beacon. The city knelt, 100,000 souls bending to her will. Dimba, the woman I'd saved, now a god queen born from my blood. She met my eyes across the distance, her gaze piercing.
Thank you, Odaga. You're free now.
"Free?" I rasped, voice hoarse. "You used me,"
Yes.
she said, unapologetic.
and I'll use this city, rebuild it, rule it. Your sacrifice gave me this."
I looked at her, radiant and ruthless. I'd handed her power, and now I was nothing. The door was gone, Zakram too. I turned, limping into the shadows of Morten Ultra, still a prisoner. I somehow created a goddess, and I didn't know what will come next. If you liked this story, drop a like and subscribe for more sci-fi stories in the future. If you want more now, check out the recommended videos.